The day of the actual injury, I was in a crowd scene on stage, and we had a freestyle moment, and I was reacting with some people, and then we had to strike a unison pose together. And I was wearing very heavy Renaissance clothing, dancing around like crazy in high heels, heavy bustle, and I did a sharp turn, and I heard pop, 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 pop. My name is Elizabeth Early. I am a Broadway performer. It wasn't until weeks, which turned into months, went by, that I realized that I had the most severe injury I'd ever experienced in my life. I was no longer able to keep the vertebrae in place, so my muscles would stay in spasm trying to do the job of ligaments. Even just commuting home on the subways at night, I would have to hold my head up. And I went to a chiropractor, I went to an acupuncturist, I went to an orthopedic surgeon. He recommended physical therapy, but I wasn't really getting better. And I knew at that point in time that I needed to do something else. And that is exactly when I met Regenix.
When we talk about regenerative orthopedic medicine, we're really talking about healing. Healing is the common denominator. We did a cervical procedure where we used her own platelets from her blood. We concentrated those platelets, made a preparation of growth factor. We treated all the joints in her cervical spine, starting all the way at the top at C0, C1, all the way down to C7, T1 by injecting the joints as well as the joint capsules with concentrated platelets. We treated all of the posterior ligaments, or the ligaments in the back of her neck, with concentrated platelets and a plasma prolotherapy type solution. And we put those growth factors in the epidural space via a cervical epidural. And this gives nourishment and quiets down any nerves that are irritated.
I felt hope the entire time I was in that room. He was so gentle and kind and warm. I actually felt like I was in a really good place. I knew that I had come to a place where I was going to be healed. Four days later, I was actually on a Broadway stage performing, and I was able to do my job, which was pretty cool. One of the girls in my dressing room said to me, "You really haven't said anything about your neck, so I guess you're doing well." And I am. I feel whole, I feel happy, I absolutely feel healed. If you're someone who is hesitant to try new things, I can tell you from my own experience that this was the best option I could possibly ever find for myself.